The stars shone bright against the dark emptiness of space. The human ship Horizon moved slowly through the void, its engines humming quietly. Captain June stood on the bridge, his eyes fixed on the main screen. "Captain, we're picking up something strange," said Mina, the ship's science officer. Her fingers moved quickly over her screen. "It's big. Very big." "How big?" asked June, walking to her station. "Bigger than our ship." "Much bigger." Mina looked up, her eyes wide with wonder. "Maybe as big as a small moon." June frowned. "Asteroid?" "No." Mina shook her head. "It's moving on its own, and our sensors show it has heat. It's alive, Captain." The bridge fell silent. Humans had been traveling in space for over 100 years, but they had never found anything alive that could survive in the cold emptiness between stars. "Show me," June ordered. The main screen changed to show a dark mass floating in space. It looked like a mountain made of black flesh. Long parts of it stretched out for miles, moving slowly like the arms of a sea creature. "What is that thing?" whispered someone behind June. Commander Hyun stepped forward, his hand resting on his weapon. "We should stay away from it, Captain. We don't know if it's dangerous." "It's hurt," Mina said suddenly, pointing to her readings. "See these energy patterns? They're not steady. They rise and fall, like breathing when you're in pain." June studied the screen. The creature was unlike anything in human records. Its skin, if you could call it that, seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it. Only the ship's special sensors could see it clearly against the blackness of space. "It's giving off signals," Mina continued, excitement in her voice. "Electromagnetic pulses. They have patterns, Captain. This isn't random. It might be trying to communicate. Or it might be a trap," Hyun said. "Many Earth animals lure their prey with lights or sounds." June thought for a moment. The Horizon was a research ship sent to explore this far corner of space. Finding new life was exactly why they were here. "Move us closer, but keep the engines ready for a quick exit," he ordered. "Mina, keep studying those signals. Hyun, put the ship on alert, just in case." As the Horizon moved closer, they could see more details of the creature. Its surface shifted and moved like liquid, but it held its overall shape. "The signals are getting stronger," Mina reported. "They're definitely coming from the creature." "I don't like this," Hyun muttered. "We should call it what it is, a beast. An unknown beast that could swallow our ship whole." "Beast or not, it's a scientific discovery," Mina argued. "If it's intelligent." "That's a big if," Hyun interrupted. June raised his hand for quiet. "We'll observe it for 24 hours before deciding our next move." As the ship settled into a safe orbit around the creature, the crew couldn't look away from the screens. Some were afraid, others amazed. The creature, now nicknamed the Beast by everyone, continued sending its strange signals into space. That night, as most of the crew slept, Mina stayed at her station, recording and analyzing every pulse and wave the beast made. She was sure there was a pattern, maybe even a language. And if she could understand it, humans might make their first contact with an intelligent species from the stars. "What are you trying to tell us?" she whispered to the darkness. "And what are you doing out here, all alone in the empty space between stars?" The beast's signals continued through the night, like a song no human had ever heard before. 3 days had passed since the Horizon found the beast. Mina had barely slept, spending every hour at her station. Her eyes were red and tired, but she couldn't stop watching the signals from the beast. "You need to rest," Captain Jun said, bringing her a cup of hot tea. Mina shook her head. "I'm close to something, Captain. These signals, they're not random. Look at this pattern." She pointed to her screen, where lines of light moved up and down. "It repeats every 6 hours, exactly the same way." "That could just be its body working," Jun said. "Like a heartbeat." No, it's more than that. Minna pulled up another screen. I've been comparing it to known patterns. Math, prime numbers, even music. There's something here. Before June could answer, Commander Hyun walked onto the bridge. His face was hard with anger. Captain, we've been here too long, Hyun said. The beast hasn't done anything, but it's still a risk. We should leave. Or, he touched his weapon. Or what? Minna stood up quickly. Kill it? We don't even know what it is. Exactly, Hyun said. It could attack at any moment. It could be calling others of its kind right now. June looked at both of them. The crew was split. Some agreed with Minna that the beast was a scientific wonder. Others feared it like Hyun did. One more day, June decided. If we find nothing new by then, we'll leave. Minna went back to work with new energy. She only had one day to prove the beast was trying to communicate. That night, as she studied the signals, something changed. The beast's pattern became faster and stronger. The ship's lights flickered. What's happening? June rushed to the bridge, followed by Hyun. The signal strength just tripled, Minna said, her fingers flying over her controls. It's affecting our systems. See, it's attacking. Hyun shouted. We need to fire on it now. Wait, Minna cried. The ship's translation program just picked up something. On her screen, words began to appear, broken and strange. Asterisk help, injured, hunters coming, protect, child. Asterisk. It's a distress call, Minna whispered. It's asking for help. That's impossible, Hyun said. How would it know our language? It doesn't, Minna explained. But it's using universal math patterns that our translator can partly understand. Like how we used math to send messages into space, hoping aliens would understand. The ship shook as the beast's signals grew even stronger. Captain, said Dai, the medical officer who had just arrived. The beast's outer layer is moving. There's an opening forming. On the main screen, they watched as part of the beast's dark skin pulled apart, revealing a small bright spot within. Zoom in on that, Jun ordered. The screen showed a smooth metal object inside the beast, too regular to be natural. It looked like a small ship or pod. Is that? June leaned closer. It looks human-made, Minna said in shock, or at least made by intelligent hands. It could be a trap, Hyun warned, or another creature it ate. Minna looked at her screen again, where the broken message kept repeating. Asterisk help, protect, child. Asterisk. Captain, she said slowly. I think there's someone inside that pod. Someone the beast is protecting. June stood silent for a long moment. Finally, he made his decision. Prepare a small team. We're going to check out that pod. He raised his hand when Hyun started to object. We'll be careful. Full suits, weapons ready. But we need to know what's in there. As the team prepared to leave, Minna couldn't stop thinking about the message. Why would this huge space creature be protecting something? And what did it mean by child? The beast's signals continued, more urgent now. Whatever was inside that pod, the beast wanted humans to find it. And soon, Captain June led the small team toward the beast. They rode in a shuttle, moving slowly through the empty space. Everyone wore full space suits with helmets that covered their faces. Stay alert, June said as they got closer to the opening in the beast's side. Hyun, keep your weapon ready, but don't fire unless I say so. Hyun nodded, his face serious behind his helmet glass. Minna and Medical Officer Day sat behind them, watching the beast grow larger through the shuttle windows. The opening is stable, Minna reported, checking her tools, and the pod inside hasn't moved. The shuttle entered the opening in the beast's side. The walls around them were dark and seemed to pulse with life. Lights from the shuttle showed a tunnel of strange flesh leading to the small metal pod. It's making a safe path for us, Minna whispered in wonder. When they reached the pod, they could see it was about the size of a small room. It had no windows, just smooth metal with strange marks on it. Not human design, Hyun said, studying it, but definitely made by something smart. Dae pointed to one side of the pod. There's a door there. The team left their shuttle and floated to the pod. June touched the door, and to everyone's surprise, it slid open easily. Be ready, he warned as they turned on their suit lights and looked inside. What they saw made them all freeze. Inside the pod was a small bed, some strange machines, and a young girl. She looked about 12 years old, with dark hair and pale skin. She was sleeping or unconscious. She wore a simple white outfit and seemed to be breathing normally. A human child, Hyun said in shock. How is this possible? Dae moved forward, checking his medical scanner. She's alive, breathing on her own. And yes, she reads as human. Mostly. Mostly, June asked. There's something strange about her readings, Dae explained. I need to get her back to the ship to know more. Minna looked around the pod. These machines, they're keeping her alive. I think they make air and food for her. But how did she get here? Jun wondered. And why is the beast protecting her? Hyun shook his head. This changes nothing. The beast is still dangerous. The girl could be a trick, or something the beast is using. Or she could be exactly what the beast was trying to tell us about, Minna argued. The child it wants us to help protect. June made his decision. We're taking her back to the ship. Dae, make sure she's safe to move. As Dae checked the girl, her eyes suddenly opened. Everyone stepped back in surprise. The girl looked at each of them, then sat up quickly. She didn't seem afraid, just curious. She spoke, but the words made no sense to them. Her voice was soft but clear. She's speaking a language I don't know, Minna said, turning on her translator. After a moment, she shook her head. It's not matching any Earth language. The girl watched them, then pointed to herself and said one word clearly. Sue. I think that's her name, Minna said. She pointed to herself. Minna. The girl nodded. Minna, she repeated perfectly. Then she pointed to each person as Minna said their names. June. Hyun. Dae. Sue looked past them, toward the fleshy walls of the beast. She said something long in her strange language, then looked at them with tears in her eyes. I think she's talking about the beast, Minna said softly. Sue nodded as if she understood, then spoke one word in her language while pointing to the beast around them. Minna's translator beeped. Father, Minna translated in shock. She called it father. Back on the Horizon asterisk, Sue sat in the medical room. She looked at everything with wide, curious eyes. The ship's computer was teaching her simple words, and she learned very fast. Amazing, Dae said as he checked his tests. She's picking up our language in hours, not years. Captain June watched through the window. What have you found out about her? She's human, but Dae showed June his screen. Her DNA has been changed. There are parts I've never seen before. And look at this. He pointed to a scan of Sue's brain. This area is much more active than normal. It's the part that handles communication. Minna joined them. She can already say simple sentences. She's trying to tell us something about the beast. I mean, about father. But she doesn't have enough words yet. I don't trust this, Hyun said from behind them. How do we know she's really human? Or that she's not controlling that thing out there? June sighed. Let's just learn what we can. Minna, stay with her. Try to understand her story. Inside the room, Minna sat next to Sue. The girl pointed to the window where they could see the beast floating in space. Father, Sue said clearly. Father heard. Hunters. Hunters, Minna asked. What hunters? Sue frowned, looking for words. Bad. They hunt father. Hunt me. Who are you, Sue? Where did you come from? Earth ship, long ago. Sue made an explosion gesture with her hands. Hunters attack. Kill all. Father save me. Minna's eyes widened. You were on a human ship. The beast, Father, saved you from an attack. Sue nodded. Father, keep safe. Make me. She pointed to her head, then to the beast. Talk to Father. Suddenly, the ship's alarm sounded. June's voice came through the speakers. Minna, bring Sue to the bridge. Now. On the bridge, everyone watched the main screen. The beast was moving, its huge body turning slowly. What's it doing? June asked as Minna arrived with Sue. Sue looked at the screen and grew very still. Father feels. Hunters coming. What hunters? Hyun demanded. What is she talking about? Sue walked to the communication panel. She placed her hand on it and closed her eyes. The panel lit up with strange colors. She's doing something to our systems, Hyun shouted, reaching for his weapon. Wait, Minna said. Look at the beast. On the screen, the beast was sending new signals, different from before. The ship's computer began translating them automatically. Asterisk danger AP ro Ching. 3 hunter ships. Weapons re-AD asterisk. How is she doing that? June asked in amazement. Father speaks through me, Sue said, her voice strangely deeper. Father made me to hear, to speak. Minna moved closer to Sue. The beast modified you. To communicate. Sue nodded. Father dying. Hunters hurt Father. Father hide me many years. Teach me. Now Father find you. Humans help. Day checked his scanner. Captain, her brain activity is off the charts. She's actually connected to the beast somehow. Through the window, the beast's body glowed softly in some areas. Its signals grew stronger. Father says 3 ships come. Sue translated. Hunters. They kill Father's kind for many years. They kill human ships too. Enemy ships. Jum turned to his crew. Scan the area. Maximum range. After a tense minute, an officer reported, Captain, 3 unknown vessels just entered the edge of our scanner range. They're moving fast, right toward us. Everyone on the bridge fell silent. Then Hyun spoke, his voice hard but no longer angry. It seems we've been pulled into someone else's war. Sue looked up at them, her eyes filled with fear and hope. Father, protect me, she said. Now we protect Father. The bridge of the asterisk horizon asterisk was busy with activity. Everyone worked quickly as the 3 unknown ships came closer. How long until they reach us? Captain Jung asked. About 2 hours, an officer replied. Commander Hyun checked the ship's weapon systems. Our defenses are limited, Captain. The asterisk horizon asterisk was built for science, not war. June nodded. We need to know more about these hunters. Minna, asked Sue. Minna turned to Sue, who still stood with her hand on the communication panel. Can you tell us about the hunters? What do they want? Sue closed her eyes, as if listening to something only she could hear. Hunters kill Father's kind for many years. Take parts. Take power. She opened her eyes. Father's kind very old. Live in space. Know many things. They hunt the beast species for their technology. Minna asked. Sue nodded. And food. And she struggled to find the right word. Knowledge. Hyun frowned. And what about humans? You said they attack your ship. Hunters think humans small. Not important. Sue's face looked sad. Destroy human ships if in way. Like bugs. The main screen showed the 3 hunter ships getting closer. They were dark and sharp-looking, like knives cutting through space. What are our options? Jun asked his crew. We could run, Hyun suggested. The asterisk horizon asterisk is fast. But we'd have to leave the beast behind, Minna said. She looked at Sue. Leave Father behind. Sue shook her head hard. Father too hurt to move fast. Hunters will catch. Day, who had been quiet until now, spoke up. Captain, Sue's connection to the beast might be useful. The beast, Father, has survived encounters with these hunters before. Does Father have weapons? June asked Sue directly. Sue nodded slowly. Father has defense, but too weak now. She looked up suddenly, her eyes wide. Father has idea. Need your help. What kind of help? June asked. Father needs. Sue touched her head, then pointed to the ship's systems. Connection. Join Father's mind to ship. Minna looked shocked. You want to connect the beast's mind to our ship's computers. Is that even possible? Dai wondered. Father made me to connect. Sue explained. I can be bridge. Hyun stepped forward. Captain, this is too dangerous. We'd be giving an alien creature control of our ship. Not control, Sue said quickly. Join. Share. Father's defense, your ship power. June looked at the screen again. The hunter ships were moving very fast. What exactly would happen? He asked Sue. I connect to Father and ship. Father's defense systems work with ship weapons. Sue looked at each of them. Together, stronger. Day checked his medical scanner. Captain, based on what I've seen of Sue's brain, this connection might be possible, but it would put a lot of strain on her. Is it dangerous for you? Minna asked Sue gently. Sue nodded. Yes, but more dangerous if hunters catch us. A tense silence filled the bridge. Then one of the officers spoke. Captain, the hunter ships have increased speed. They'll reach us in 1 hour, not 2. June made his decision. Prepare for the connection. Day, monitor Sue's condition. Hyun, ready whatever weapons we have. As the crew rushed to work, Minna stayed with Sue. Are you sure about this? Sue looked at the image of the beast, of Father, on the screen. Father saved me, she said simply. Now I save Father. The hunter ships grew larger on the screen, their sharp shapes clear now. They looked like predators, hungry and fast, and they were coming straight for the Horizon and the beast. Medical Officer Day set up a special chair in the middle of the bridge. Wires ran from the chair to the ship's main computer. Sue sat down, looking small but brave. Are you ready? Day asked her, attaching small sensors to her head. Sue nodded. Ready. Captain June turned to his crew. Everyone, prepare for whatever happens. Hyun, keep those weapons ready. Hyun stood at his station, watching the screen where the hunter ships were now clearly visible. They were black and pointed, with red lights glowing along their sides. 30 minutes until they reach us, an officer reported. Minna knelt beside Sue's chair. You can still change your mind. No time, Sue said. Must help Father. Day checked his medical screen one more time. Her vitals are strong, but I don't know what will happen when the connection starts. Begin, June ordered. Day pressed a button on his control panel. The lights on the bridge dimmed. Sue closed her eyes and gripped the arms of the chair tightly. At first, nothing seemed to happen. Then Sue gasped. Her body went stiff. On the main screen, the beast, Father, began to glow with soft blue light. The connection is starting, Minna said, watching her instruments. The beast's signals are flowing through Sue into our systems. Suddenly, Sue's eyes opened wide. But they weren't normal anymore. They glowed with the same blue light as the beast. When she spoke, her voice sounded different, deeper and older. I see. You, she said slowly, looking at each person on the bridge. Is that the beast speaking? June asked in wonder. Sue nodded, her movements jerky. I am Father. I speak through child. Hyun stepped closer, his hand still on his weapon. What are you? Why are the hunters after you? My kind, very old, Sue/Father said. We guard space, keep balance. Hunters, new species, take, destroy. No balance. Day looked worried as he checked his screen. Captain, her brain activity is off the charts. This is putting enormous strain on her. Can you hear me, Sue? Minna asked. Sue blinked, and for a moment, her eyes looked normal again. I'm here. Father's mind. So big, so old, Then her eyes glowed blue again as Father took over. The ship's computer screens began to change. New weapon systems appeared that hadn't been there before. Strange symbols mixed with human writing. "What's happening to our ship?" Hyun demanded. "Father's defense. Joining your weapons," Sue/Father explained. "Together, stronger." The main screen split to show both the approaching hunter ships and the beast outside. The beast's body was changing, parts of it stretching toward the horizon asterisk. "It's connecting physically to our ship." An officer cried out in alarm. "Not attack," Sue/Father said quickly. "Protection. Energy transfer." June made a fast decision. "Let it happen. This may be our only chance." The beast's tendrils gently touched the horizon's hull. Where they connected, blue light spread across the ship's surface. Everyone could feel a slight vibration through the floor. "Hunters, 5 minutes," Sue/Father announced. "Weapons ready." Day suddenly called out, "Captain, Sue's body temperature is rising. Her heart rate is too fast." Minna looked at Sue with worry. The girl's face was pale, and she was sweating. "We need to stop this. It's killing her." "No." Sue's normal voice broke through, weak but determined. "Must finish." The ship's lights flickered as power flowed between the beast and the horizon asterisk. New screens appeared, showing weapons no human had ever seen before. "Connection complete," Sue/Father announced. "Ready to fight." Just then, the first hunter ship fired. A red beam streaked through space toward them, but before it hit, a blue shield appeared around the horizon asterisk and the beast, absorbing the attack. Hyun looked at his weapons control in amazement. "Captain, we have targeting systems I've never seen before." "Use them," June ordered. "Fire when ready." The battle had begun. Blue light shot from the horizon asterisk toward the first hunter ship. The beam hit with amazing force. The hunter ship shook and part of its side broke open to space. "Direct hit," Hyun called out, surprised by the power of their new weapons. The other two hunter ships spread apart, trying to attack from different sides. Red beams fired from both ships at once. The blue shield around the horizon asterisk and Father glowed brightly as it blocked the attacks. "Shield holding at 80%, an officer reported. Sue remained in the special chair, her body shaking slightly. Her eyes still glowed blue with Father's presence. "Must hit engines," she said in the mixed voice of Sue and Father together. Hyun aimed again and fired at the damaged hunter ship. This time, the blue beam hit the back of the ship where its engines were. There was a bright flash, and then the hunter ship went dark and stopped moving. "One down," someone shouted. The crew cheered, but their celebration ended quickly. The remaining two hunter ships changed their attack. Instead of firing at the horizon asterisk, they aimed at Father's massive body. "No." Sue cried out in pain as red beams cut into Father's flesh. Captain June leaned forward. "Hyun, protect the beast." "Trying, sir," Hyun replied, firing again. But the hunter ships were moving too fast, darting around Father and firing repeatedly. "Shield dropping to 60%, the officer warned. "We can't cover all of the beast's body." Dad looked at his medical screen with growing concern. "Captain, Sue's vitals are getting worse. Her connection to Father means she feels his pain." Minna held Sue's hand. "We need to break the connection." "No," Sue/Father said firmly. "Need more power." On the main screen, they watched as one of the hunter ships moved very close to Father and attached itself like a parasite. Machines extended from the hunter ship and began cutting into Father's flesh. "They're boarding Father," Minna realized with horror. At the same time, the third hunter ship turned toward the horizon asterisk and fired a different kind of weapon. The blue shield flickered and parts of it failed. "They're breaking through," Hyun shouted as the ship shook violently. "Boarding parties detected," an officer reported. They're cutting through our hull in Section 4. June turned to his crew. Hyun, take security teams to defend the ship. The rest of you, maintain battle stations. As Han left with armed crew members, Sue suddenly sat up straight in her chair. Her eyes glowed brighter than before. Father has plan, she announced, her voice stronger, but dangerous. What plan? June asked. Electromagnetic pulse, Sue/Father explained. Very strong. Will hurt hunters. Might hurt ship too. Will it hurt you? Minna asked Sue directly. Sue's normal voice broke through briefly. Yes, but no choice. Day shook his head. Captain, her body can't take much more stress. The ship shook again as the hunters cut deeper into the hull. Over the speakers, they could hear fighting as Hyun and his team engaged with the boarding parties. How long do you need? Joan asked Sue/Father. 2 minutes, came the reply. Keep ship systems ready. June nodded. Do it. Sue closed her eyes. Father's body began to glow brighter outside the ship. Inside, all the screens flickered as power was diverted to something new. Minna looked at the connection points between Father and the ship. Energy was building up there, flowing both ways. Whatever you're doing, hurry, June urged as another explosion shook the ship. Han's voice came through the speakers, tense with effort. We can't hold them much longer, Captain. Sue/Father's eyes opened wide. Ready. Now, June ordered. Sue threw her head back. A silent wave of energy burst from Father's body, passing through the horizon and spreading outward in all directions. For a moment, everything electronic on the bridge went dark. Then the lights slowly came back on. On the main screen, they could see both hunter ships floating lifelessly in space. The pulse had worked. The bridge of the horizon was quiet after the battle. The crew worked to fix the damage from the hunter attack. Captain June stood looking at the main screen, where Father floated in space, parts of his huge body now dark and still. How bad is it? June asked. Our ship will be working again soon, an officer reported, but we lost 3 crew members in the fighting. And Father? June turned to where Sue lay on a medical bed. Day stood beside her, checking her vitals. He's dying, Sue said weakly. The blue glow was gone from her eyes, but she still seemed connected to Father. The hunters hurt him too badly, even before we found him. Minna sat next to Sue and held her hand. I'm so sorry. Hyun, who had returned to the bridge with a bandage on his arm, looked at the dead hunter ships on the screen. At least they can't hurt anyone else now. More will come, Sue said. Always more hunters. June walked to Sue's bed. What will you do now? You're welcome to stay with us. Sue smiled sadly. Father has plan. Has always had plan. She closed her eyes. He's calling me. On the screen, Father's body began to glow again, but this time with a soft white light. A single tendril extended from his body toward the horizon. What's happening? Hyun asked, reaching for his weapon. No need for that, Sue said. Father wants to give, not take. The tendril touched the ship gently. A beam of white light passed through the hull and reached the bridge, touching Sue. Sue gasped and her back arched. For a moment, her whole body glowed white. Then the light faded, and she lay still, breathing slowly. What did he do to you? Dai asked, checking his medical scanner with wide eyes. Gave me. Sue paused, looking for words. His memory. His knowledge. She touched her chest. Part of himself. Outside, Father's body began to change. Small pieces broke off and drifted away into space, glowing like tiny stars. What's happening to him? Minna asked. Seeds, Sue explained. Father's children. They will sleep in space for many years, then grow, start new life. He's reproducing, Day realized. Those are like spores or eggs. Sue nodded. Father's kind never really die. They change, pass on what they know. She looked at her hands in wonder. Now I carry Father's wisdom. Father's body continued to break apart, more and more pieces floating away in all directions. The crew watched in silence as the being they had first feared, then fought alongside, scattered itself across the stars. "What will you do with his knowledge?" June asked Sue. "Teach," she said simply. "Show humans that space has many kinds of life. Some good, some bad." She looked up at June. Father's kind protected balance for millions of years. Now they are few. Hunters are many. And you want humans to help keep that balance?" Minna asked. Sue nodded. Father believed humans could learn, could grow. She looked back at the screen where the last of Father's body was breaking apart. "Father saved me, changed me, loved me." A tear ran down her cheek. "Now I must do what he taught." Captain June looked at his crew. "We have much to report when we return home, and much to learn from Sue." "They won't believe us," Hyun said. "They will," Sue replied. "I can show them." She touched her head. Father's memories, Father's wisdom. As the Horizon prepared to leave, June ordered special beacons placed around the area. The beacons would tell all ships that this was a protected space, a place where new life was growing. Where once humans had seen only a monster floating in the darkness, they now saw the beginning of new life. And Sue, once a lost child, now carried the legacy of an ancient guardian of the stars. What they had called a beast, she had called Father. And now his children would fill the cosmos once more.